Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're taking a look at 5 simple things 2K can do to improve WWE 2K19. WWE 2K18 comes with a limit of 1000 logos that can be downloaded and stored on your console, which at first glance sounds like a pretty good number. However, when you consider the amount of available creation slots, it soon becomes apparent that this is nowhere near enough. For example, the game features 100 slots to save created superstars with 2 attire slots for each, meaning you can have a total of 200 attires, which would give you 5 logos per attire. While this is fine for basic creations, anyone who uses community creations knows that the more detailed creations can easily feature upwards of 20 logos across both attires, with creations that are tattoo heavy such as CM Punk or Rey Mysterio featuring even more logos. Due to this, it's not long before you hit the 1000 logo limit, which stops you from downloading creations until you've cleared enough space. However, when viewing the deletion utility, you can see that even though the 1000 logo limit is reached, the data size is only 366 megabytes of a possible 922 megabytes, meaning there is more than half of the available space set aside for game saves available that could be getting used to store a lot more than 1000 logos and therefore boost the logo limit, making this error message a thing of the past. Following on from the previous point in regards to the logo limit, once you try to download a creation after reaching 1000 logos, then the game will notify you that you have to delete some logos before you can actually download the selected creation. Once you accept this error message, the game will then take you to the deletion utility, which lists all 1000 logos that you've downloaded and whether or not any selected logos are currently in use. Now, while this is a handy tool to manually check your logos are not being used elsewhere before deleting them, the problem with the tool comes in the fact that you literally have to scroll through all 1000 logos manually to check that they're not in use before you can then select them and delete them from your game save. Not only is this a really annoying task, but scrolling through the logos can be very time consuming. Therefore, something I would like to see added here to make this task a lot simpler is a filter option that allows players to filter these images and only show the logos that are not in use, which would then make the task of selecting those logos way faster than having to go through every single logo and check to see if it is being used. Once again, sticking with custom logos, whenever a player deletes a superstar from their game save, all of the custom logos used in that creation are kept and remain a part of the custom logo save data just in case they've been used anywhere else. This is why when scrolling through the deletion utility, you'll come across logos from old creations that you've downloaded and since deleted, with these logos still present and listed as no longer in use, but still taking up your logo storage. To help stop this problem and free up more logo space, one solution that I would like to see 2K implement is a new prompt that appears when deleting a superstar, asking if you would also like to delete all custom logos used in this creation. Adding this message would give players the option to then decide if they want to keep the logos so they can use them on other creations or in other game modes, as well as giving players the option to delete them automatically and therefore saving them the trouble of having to manually delete the logos once they reach the logo limit. The ability to create and upload new alternate attires for the superstars included in WWE games is a fantastic feature, and it really does help increase the longevity of the game, especially when someone changes their gimmick or updates their attire at a pay-per-view and players can download that new look from community creations. The only downside comes in the fact that when downloading these alternate attires, they're not set to appear as an alternate attire by default, and therefore leave some new players scratching their head and wondering why the new attire that they downloaded isn't showing up when selecting that superstar. Now, most players who are used to the game will know that you have to edit the superstar and create a superstar first and set the alternate attire option to yes. However, even for players that know this, the task itself can be a pain, especially when downloading a lot of new attires following a pay-per-view. To make this process a lot simpler, one thing I would like to see added to the game is for 2K to add a prompt that appears once the download completes that asks the player if they would like to set this attire as an alternate for that superstar. Adding this option would then allow players to quickly set the creation as an alternate attire and save them the hassle of having to manually do this themselves once the download is finished. Whilst Create a Show has proved to be a good addition to the game in allowing players to select their own custom options for the arenas that they create and download, outside of Universe mode, the process of having to create a show just to use the arena in exhibition matches is another confusing requirement, especially for new players who have downloaded an arena from community creations and can't understand why it doesn't appear on the list of arenas to choose from. Much like I mentioned with alternate attires, regular fans of the series will know that they have to create a show to use the arena in exhibition matches. However, that again is another step that to me is a waste of time, as surely it would be much easier to have the creator set the options contained in Create Show in Create an Arena mode, which would then allow the player to download an arena with these settings already intact and thus make the arena available to play without any additional setup. Furthermore, if someone downloads an arena and wants to change the options that would usually be shown in Create Show for exhibition matches, then they could simply edit the arena itself and change them without having to mess around in Create Show. So there you go, that was 5 simple things that I would like to see changed or added in the series, as I feel these changes would make things so much simpler and easier to use, especially for new players, as it helps resolve some of the more confusing parts of the creation suite. Anyway guys, this is of course just my opinion, but I'd like to know what you think of these features. Are these something that you would like to see added to the series, or is there something else that you would prefer to see? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned to the channel for more videos like this, as we try to put forward some changes that we'd like to see and hopefully catch 2K's attention so that they can then go about bringing these changes to the series. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more. Have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.